Terrace. Hope you're all doing very, very well. Just a bit of a relaxed and more chilled stream for you today. A bit of an announcement in relation to the football terrace to come up as well. You can see the kids' toys there in the background, just at home, having a nice chilled Saturday morning. Here to give a bit of an update on some news in relation to Manchester United and the transfer market. Links to Harry Winks, links to Trippier continue to grow, and a promise that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has made to the Manchester United fan base in relation to transfers, and how much do people legitimately believe what is being said in relation to this? Plus, as I say, we've got a bit of an announcement later about two brand new shows that are coming to the football terrace. I can reveal the basics around them and the name of one of them. They're coming very, very soon. As we've been promising for a while on the terrace, we're very much motoring forward with our partnership with Snack Media. We've had some great sort of shows and some concepts in the pipeline for a while now, and we wanted to present them to you. Our members have already had the small update the early hours of this morning on the community page. If you're a member, you would have already seen those posts out there. But let's get straight into this in relation to the Manchester United news that's been circulating and flying around this morning. I'm just going to move this ever so slightly down because I'm not happy with where my head is. There we go. That's a bit better there, I think. That's better. Better placement there. So, first bit of news this morning. Stretty news have been everywhere in the last couple of days. Of course, Dale over there, Dale O'Donnell, really good guy. Two big bits of information and news today. One, the Kieran Trippier deal yesterday. The United Muppeteers kind of presented sort of the news that the deal was close to being completed or was going to get done, somewhere in those realms. However, today, there's reports from Stretty News and a couple of other outlets that actually the Kieran Trippier deal is a real transfer that Man United are looking at. Talks are underway, they're motoring forward, but the deal actually might be a little more difficult to get done than other outlets have suggested. For me, most deals are not easy. Most deals are not easy to get done because although Atletico Madrid are in financial difficulty, they want to get the best price for their players. So you typically see when one story gets released saying a deal is going to be simplistic and easy, another one almost follows suit very, very quickly, stating the complete and utter opposite. I think two things that remain true on this that I think are worth focusing on is one, Kieran Trippier would like to return to the UK. I believe he's a Manchester United fan. His family's based in the north of the country. So from a geographical point of view and a desire to return back to the Premier League, it's very, very doable. There's no doubt about that. Aside from that, you have to look at the other moving parts. Atletico Madrid do have financial problems. They do have financial problems, but they're going to try and get as much money as possible for the player. So the Kieran Trippier deal is going to be an interesting one to see how that transpires, how that moves and operates going forward. The United Muppeteers yesterday told us, as in the football world, not me personally, that the deal for Kieran Trippier was very, very close to happening. Stretty News today have said something different, where they've turned around and said that Manchester United are not as close to getting the deal done as others would make you believe. In other news, we just had a super chat come through from Jerome about it there. He says, Man United are going after the wrong Harry. There were reports, again from the Stretty News today, and I'm seriously hoping there's a typo. I seriously hope there's a typo. But the Stretty News have reported that Manchester United have made inquiries into Tottenham Hotspur for Harry Winks. Now, I know my job is to present to you the news and to give you the opportunity to have your say about it. Let me just say, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out. Winks. I have no reason to think Stretty News have made this up. None. Absolutely none. But I beg, I pray, I hope. I'm praying to God, Buddha, Allah, Joe Pesci, all the gods of this world, every single one of them, that this Harry Winks deal is a lie. As in, Stretty News have been told as a joke, and they've just printed the information. I'm hoping even more so it's a typo. I'm hoping that their writer has had a hard night. He's been hard on the sauce, barely any sleep, and he just wrote Winks instead of Kane. I beg, I hope, I pray. Harry Winks. Harry Winks. Come on. Can you imagine Harry Winks? We've already got McFred. Imagine adding Winks to that. What the report I read stated, it's painful to say it out loud. It's painful. The report said, Man United are looking at midfield alternatives because the future of a Paul Pogba is uncertain. Can you imagine going from Paul, World Cup winning Pogba, to Harry Winks? Now, I know I said over the last few days that if Antonio Conte did arrive at Tottenham, he could maybe get a tune out of Harry Winks. And I stand by that because Antonio Conte has got a track record of getting average elite level players to perform very, very well. But Ollie ain't doing that. And the big question for me, and the word I would pose is this: why? What the hell do they see in Winks? What on God's green earth is the motivation to bring Harry Winks from Tottenham, where he doesn't start, who are behind the Man United curve right now, to Manchester United? It makes no sense to me. I don't even understand it. Terry, why do you believe everything negative but not positive, even if it comes from the same people? Then if you're accusing me of that, then you don't watch my content, because you know what I do on everything. I present you the facts and I give you my opinion. I'm positive about the Jadon Sancho situation. I'm positive right now about the Varane situation based on what's being said. I'm not negative about this deal, but I don't think it's a lie. I'm not saying it's a lie. There's no reason for me to say it's a lie. I don't understand the move. I get Trippier. I get Sancho. I get Varane. I get Koundé. I get Pau Torres. I don't get Winks. For me, you should be looking to improve our midfield. Harry Winks he's not as good as Scott McTominay. He's not as good as Fred. It makes no sense. I'd rather give James Garner. It just doesn't make any sense to me as a deal. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. Absolutely none. Absolutely none. Let's go to some of your comments here. Yeah, Ward-Prowse is definitely better. Lincoln here says, of course, 000 watches the content. He's here all the time. Lincoln knows. Lincoln's my number one mod, so he knows what's happening here. By the way, everyone who's tuning in, make sure you're hitting that like and that share button this morning, please. In relation to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, so I want to speak about this as well. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has stated in an interview that Man United are going to push on forward with transfers. They're going to push on forward with improving this squad. He has promised to Manchester United fans, you know, at the back end of this fans forum where Joel Glazer has given us all the same PR nonsense. By the way, no commitment to paying down debt, no financial commitments, no guarantees of what we're trying to win. The fact that he's renewing Ole's contract when we haven't won a trophy in 4 years. There's a lot of things that left to be desired, but Ole's also come out and promised that the club is going to push on forward. The club is going to try and continue to improve and everything along those lines. So it's going to be very, very, very intriguing to see over the next 2 to 3 months whether Ole's promises to us as fans come to fruition, whether they come true, whether we see the kind of the top end, the quality players come in, the Varanes, the Sanchos, etc. We will only see. But Ole says that it's going to happen. Clearly, Ole has been promised that as the Manchester United manager. Clearly, the Glazers, the board, have said, we are going to back you. We're going to give you what you need. I'm just intrigued to see whether this happens now and comes forward. And that's the big question that I want to pose to you all this morning. Do you think the Manchester United board are going to back Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Do you think the Manchester United board are going to improve our squad correctly this summer. Varane, Sancho's, Kane's, Trippier's. Do you see that level of calibre coming in? Or is it more the other end of that spectrum? Winks's. What's your views? What's your opinions on that, ladies and gentlemen? I want to hear from you right about now. I'm struggling to actually see what's on my screen right now because the sun from behind me is really bright. What's that comment here? Say, Terry, Winks was good under Poch, but Jose ruined him. Yeah, look, Winks is a good player, but Man United already have good players at the elite end of the spectrum. What Manchester United need are sensational players. What Manchester United need are sensational players. At the very least, very good players. There's no point buying more of what we already have. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's not an improvement. It's not upping your game. It's like moving house. Like imagine I want a new house, but you buy a house that's the same size, same dimension, same quality, but you go for all the rigmarole of getting it done to basically live in the same place. Why? Imagine that. Imagine you move house. People move house for two reasons: upscale or downsize. So if I'm gonna go through the pain of buying and selling my house, moving, spending money, all the stress that comes with it, there's got to be something better at the end of it for me, right? And better is either you want bigger or you want smaller. You want more space or less space. Why would you go for all that to basically live in the same place? And that's all I see this Harry Winks deal looking like. And Winks has been linked to Man United on a few occasions before. It isn't a brand new link, by the way. The Muppeteers, I swear I've read stuff on their site and on the Discord over the months where Winks has been linked to us before. I don't see it. And I know I often say, like, oh, let's put faith in the manager. If a manager wants him, maybe he sees something we don't. I don't understand this one at all. Legit, do not understand this one at all in any way, any shape, or any form. It just doesn't make sense to me. Not one singular bit. Terry, what's wrong? That's the wrong Harry. Okay, you're all saying that joke. I get it. Sorry to be rude, but yeah, I've had that joke already. It makes sense. Thank you. I'm going to take a sip of my tea. It's just crazy. Winks, Fred, McSauce midfield. Yeah, I know. It's embarrassing to even say it out loud. Imagine Liverpool midfield of Thiago, Fabinho and Tielemans, and Man United of Winks, Fred, and why have you got Ings in there? That's weird. He's not a midfielder, but there we go. Let's do some more of your comments here. Let's do some of these comments here. Come on, put some decent comments in, people. Come on. If you're going to put banter in, don't do the same joke as you're all doing. Someone else already does that joke. Don't you do it as well, because I'm not going to read it out. This could be Spurs leaking this, adding our name to it to drum up more interest. Maybe it could be. It could be. I don't know though. I don't know. We had the Longstaff. Do you remember the Matty and is it Shane Longstaff? I know Matty Longstaff. I don't know the other brother's name anymore. But we had that a couple of years ago. Do you remember? It just all stinks to me. We have a super chat to do here. This is from Neil O'Callaghan. Says, in your opinion, Terry, who do you think Liverpool should sign and sell on to compete with City, Chelsea, and in some way Man United for major honours next season? That's a great question, to be fair. Make sure everyone's hitting that like and that share button, please. Very, very important you do that for the Terrace. Who do I think you should buy? I'm going to keep the FSG tinted glasses here because what I think you should do and what they're going to do are two different things. I think you're shopping in the right areas. You're looking at bargains, 30, 40 million pound high quality, high ceiling players, the Rafinhas of this world. You link with Rafinha, you obviously already signed Konate as a player. I've read that you're looking at, who did I read you were looking at today? There's another player's name that stands out to me that I want to mention, who's now eludes me. that you took. Basuma's a player that you've been looking at as well. That kind of ilk of player, I think, is where Liverpool are going to shop. If they're doing that, then you don't sell any of your marquee players, in my opinion, because you don't want to remove top class quality. However, if you want to really shake things up, then I think the sale of either Mane or Salah should happen. Raise big money and then go into the market and try and sign somebody substantial. Harry Kane, Jadon Sancho. The Mbappe deal isn't going to happen now, we believe. It sounds like Mbappe said no, he only wants to leave PSG for Real Madrid. But he's going after somebody who is huge, who's substantial, that can just give you this brand new spark and injection that Liverpool need. I think both of those methodologies work, but I do get the sense and feeling that if you were to sign Basuma, as an example, or Tielemans, Rafinha, Konate, but then you sold Mane and bought Jadon Sancho, 100% I think you could win the league next year. Outside of doing that, I think it's really difficult. There's a comment there saying apparently we're waiting to get Mbappe on a free. Maybe that's the case. It depends what Real Madrid do. It's going to be an interesting summer next year if nobody buys Mbappe this summer, because you're going to have Haaland available for around 70 odd million pounds. You're going to have Mbappe available for a free. Harry Kane will be 1 year further into his contract, meaning his valuation will drop. And potentially, we spoke to Christoph about this the other day. If nobody makes a big, gigantic summer move for anyone, things may level out. If nobody makes those big moves, then everybody might just stick and go, well, none of our rivals have overtly improved their strike force, so we don't have to just yet. Let's wait till next summer where the prices are all going to be cheaper legitimately. Guaranteed cheaper. But all it takes is one. All it takes is City or Chelsea or Man United to go and do a madness. Get some money from somewhere. Down the back of the sofa they find 150 million pounds and go, boom, Harry Kane is ours. That will then trigger everybody else into action. So yeah, it'll be intriguing to see what comes. In relation to the Football Terrace announcement, so I wanted to bring this to you all today. So there's 2 new shows that are coming soon. We've got a brand new Friday night show that's starting. I can't reveal too much about it other than that it's going to be studio based, and it's going to be very, very different to anything else we've ever done on the Terrace before. Of course, we're going to be talking football. We're going to be covering off the Big Six. We're going to be having a lot of the normal panellists and regulars you already see, but we are going to be opening up the opportunity for you, the viewers, to come along to the studio and watch it be filmed, to get involved with the show, get your face on camera if you want to, express your opinions. We've got a wonderful green room that we're setting up where there's going to be games and FIFA and all sorts of other things going on. It's going to be an excellent show. We're going to keep the name quiet for now in relation to that, the concept, the way we're going to be structuring it. I can't release too much information about that. Simple reason being, there's a lot of tea leaves out there. Do you know what I mean? A lot of tea leaves out there that might come along and half inch what you're trying to produce and what you're trying to build. Aside from that, we're launching a brand new show next week. There's basically a leveling up and a growth from what we're already doing, and the show is called The Done Deal. It is a specified specialist transfer show where we're going to be partnering with a number of journalists that we're working very, very closely with the Football Terrace moving forward to bring us and to bring you, the viewers, exclusive football stories and transfer stories to boot. These shows, some of them will be pre-recorded depending on the kind of schedule of these said journalists. Some of them will be live. We'll be revealing next week, over the course of next week, the 2 to 3 journalists that we're going to be having working with us on a regular occurrence. But we're very excited to bring these 2 new shows to you. What's really important to us as the Terrace is to try and break out our shows. And in the next few weeks, we'll start to see new graphics, new designs, new thumbnails, all sorts of new stings, intros, slowly introduced to our shows to really give everything a little bit more wow, a bit more panaz, to really break things up and make things a bit more entertaining, really. Because the one thing I'd say about our shows, and the majority of YouTubers really, everything's fairly similar. Hello. It's okay. You want me to turn it off? My daughter's having a little play. You playing it? It's fine. Playing it. It's a bit of water. There we go. Will there be food? I think there might be food. There might be food on the Friday night show. But yeah, really, really excited to sort of develop these shows and bring these shows to you all moving forward. And from my point of view, I couldn't actually hear her saying "daddy" because these earphones, I haven't turned them on, but they're like noise cancelling. But when you put them in, you pretty much can't hear anything else. And if there's this one button here, if you flick this button on like this, then literally I can hear nothing now. I can't even hear my own fingers clicking. They literally block out all the sound. They're really good for if you're like a train or the tube and you listen to music. They're amazing. But I'll turn that off. She's having a little play in it now, which is nice. So yes, the Friday night show is coming very, very soon. It's going to be produced and co-hosted by the wonderful Rocket, who you all know from his days at Soccer AM. And to give you an idea, we're going to be having some amazing challenges. We've already got some really good guests that are lined up that we're sort of getting into the pipeline. Studio, as you've all seen, for a member, you've all seen the pictures and the footage of the new studio space. It's all got to be decorated and created in the coming weeks moving forward. But yeah, it's something we're very, very excited about to bring these shows to you. And the idea is over the next 3 to 4 months, what you'll notice is that all the shows will look and feel different. So it's not all, of course, we're going to have breaking news shows. We're going to have the 5 o'clock show and the morning shows, but there will be a fundamental difference in guests and features and games and quizzes and where and how we film them. And the Friday night show, as we say, for the legend and superfan members, you will get opportunities and access to be part of the audience, to be part of the crowd, part of the crew that are there, as well as when we start to film our brand new segments that are coming out. We have a Change My Mind show coming to the Football Terrace very, very soon. We've got the Football Terrace away days, which again, our legend and super fan members will get the opportunity to come along and be part of the live audiences for them as well. So lots of great things in the pipeline. I really was eager to get that out to you all today. Being a member is going to be really, really important to the channel. But one thing I will stress about everything we're doing, we're not going to go away from our fundamentals. Interacting with you, the viewers, your member chats, your super chats, your comments, your phone-ins, these things will always remain. They will never go anywhere. They will be part of the Football Terrace fabric today, tomorrow, next week. And for as long as I'm involved, we're never going to leave that behind. So ensuring, even the new Friday night show, we'll be interacting with you live during it as well. It isn't going to be like a TV show where it's just us talking to the guests for an hour and not worrying about what you're saying, thinking, feeling. You are going to be at the heart and the core of that. So very, very excited about that indeed. Let's do some more of your comments here. Big up the channel and chat. Thank you, Devin. Do you think Fletcher can change Man United, Terry? Or is it just another person papering over cracks? For me, I would say I'm not sure anybody can change Man United to what we want it to be with the Glazer ownership. So it's not on Darren Fletcher. I think the Darren Fletchers of this world, I look at them as, I'd rather have them on the inside of the tent spitting out than the outside spitting in. I'd rather people that I know love the club try to get the best out of the Glazers, you know, but you can't get blood from a stone, essentially. We have a super chat here that says, Terry, love your content from Western Australia. If each club, Man United, Liverpool and Chelsea, signed one marquee player, who do you think will be the closest to City next year? That's a really, really good super chat. I would say right now, I would go with Chelsea. I think Chelsea have the bit between their teeth. I think they've got a great base that they've built in the last 4 months under Thomas Tuchel. I think if they get their marquee signing, it's a striker, and then they're away. I think that if they get a proper goal scorer this summer, Chelsea, which could still happen, I legitimately see them challenging for that title. There's no doubt about it whatsoever. They will challenge for that Premier League title, I'm sure of it. Absolutely sure of it. Are you enjoying that, Freya? It's all right. You're going to run into it. Should we go and see what Freya's doing? Let's just take this off here for a second, all right? Let me turn my camera around. Let me do this, right? I want to make sure I don't fall in the swimming pool. Let's see what Freya's doing here. Freya, you going to run through it? You going to run through it? You go on, run right through it. No, run through the grass. Run across the grass. Go on. How brave are you, Freya? Now run through it. Keep going. No, do it again. Run right through it. Yeah, you're already wet, so run right away through it. Go on, Frey. Run through it. Go, 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 go. What do you mean, ow? Bless her. Bless her. She's having a good time there. So, right. Let me sit down for a second. And I need to put my tea down. Apologies, peeps. Sorry, because I can't put this back in the holder without doing that. Yeah, outside it's hot. Yeah, it's very warm. It's very warm. And I just fancy doing a little bit of more of a relaxed stream with you all this morning, really, and having a bit of a chit chat, having a bit of a catch up, having a bit of a talk. I think I'm gonna have to go swimming though. I think I'm gonna have to finish this, take the cover off. The pool needs a bit of a clean out. I'm just gonna have a nice little swim. Terry is walking to Old Trafford. I don't get that. Safe's in the comments. Hello, Safe. Freya will be a player for Chelsea FC's women soon. She's a good little footballer, to be fair. She's a very good little footballer. And little Jackson ain't bad either. Jackson isn't bad either, to be fair. Jackson isn't bad either, to be honest. He's pretty good as well. And he's only a year old. Teaching young players development is important, of course it is, absolutely. United might as well sign Freya to replace Fred. Listen, I think Freya would do a better job than Winks. If I'm being honest, she'd do a better job than Winksy. Although she's a bit scared of water. Bless her, she's having a good time. So I actually put that on to water the grass and now she's turned it into a game, but there we go. Hey Terry, I have a bit, thank you. Yeah, my back garden, I love my back garden. I love it. I absolutely love it out here. And it's obviously in the summer, outside when I'm doing work, I can sit on the table that's just behind me over there and chill and, you know, got like wild horses. I'll show you actually. Let me show you all. Let me put this down because obviously you're my audience and I don't ever do this too often. So as you can see here, let me turn the camera around, right? So you kind of got the back end of the garden here, all right? Let me just step over the pool cover. So like over the back here, as you can see here, like we've got like horses and stuff. There's literally a horse just there. Can you see it? All right, so you've got horses that live over the back here. They actually, this land behind here don't belong to me, but they often spend a lot of time there. So sometimes I wake up in the morning and they literally got their heads over my back fence doing whatever it is they're doing. So yeah, that's it. That is where the football terrace operates from, in that little room there. That's a studio. So it's basically a shed that's built on the inside of my garage. That's kind of it. She's now riding her scooter through it. She's absolutely drenched. You having fun? You having fun, baby? Bless her. Bless her. Bless her. Right, what are you saying here? Apple started from a garage too. In fairness, I started sitting in my car and then, it's actually quite nice. It was just like it was there when I moved in and I just turned it into a little studio. And yeah, as you now know, we're moving to the studios in North London and we'll still be doing shows from here because I'm not going to be in London every single day. But yeah, it's just really proud of the journey, proud of the direction that we're going in and everything else. And yeah, as I say, I love where I live. It's nice, It's weird though. I went back to East London a couple of weeks ago, met the boys, went out for some food and drinks. And when I was back in sort of Stratford, Leytonstone area, I did miss that. I was like, yeah, do you know what? Like being home is home, but it's nice and peaceful out here. It really is. Be careful. Safe is watching. It could happen. Terry, you had super chat. Give Safe a show. Never gonna happen. Let's see what other people are saying in here. What's being said? Safe is in the bushes. Can you imagine? Winks is subpar. You're right, Igal. He is. He is. There's no doubt about it. Absolutely right. What else is being said here? Still remember Terry and his family had to go to a picnic and he streamed in the car whilst he's... Yeah, listen. I'm actually seeing friends this afternoon. I'm seeing friends this afternoon. First time I've seen them in nearly a year. But I will be taking my tripod, my phone, my laptop to make thumbnails on, because if there's breaking news, I will leave the party and stream. The way I look at it is this: working in news essentially now, there's no such thing as a day off, really. And you're always on court. It's a way of life, really. It's legitimately a way of life now. And the way I sort of view it is, it's given me things in my life I never thought I would have. So I'm dedicated to it for that reason, you know. I'm dedicated to it for that reason. Simple as that for me. Terry, is it bad that Mount has one less chance created than Messi, who got knocked out of the Champions League in the last round of 16? No, because Lionel Messi is arguably one of the top 3 players to ever play football, ever, period, in football. So, not really. And it's you know, Messi's just an alien. So yeah, it wouldn't be a worry for me at all. Who's winning the Euros? Told everyone already, England. Just, it's funny really. I've seen the Welsh say they're going to win it. I've seen all the nations say their country's going to win it, and everyone goes, yeah, I'll go on. England say we're going to win it, and everyone gets annoyed. I'm just backing England. I thought about it a lot the last few days. I'm just backing England. I'm just backing my country. 110%. You know, the same as I expect every French person to back France, every German to back Germany, every Dutch person to Dutch the Netherlands, and so on and so forth. Everyone's got to get behind your country, the same as get behind your club. And this is sport, right? So this is one time, this is the only time really in my life where I'm patriotic, in the sense of I care about the flag and the border when it comes to sport. So I'm getting behind them, 110%. I'm putting the positive energy out there. England are going to win it. From a footballing sense, do I truly believe that right to my core? No, I don't. But that's the whole point of being a supporter. I think we lose that so often now, especially on social media, because everybody's scared of being laughed at. Oh, you got it wrong, you're in the mud. So what? I'm backing my country, I'm backing my boys. I'm backing Sterling, I'm backing Sancho, I'm backing Grealish, I'm backing Jude. I'm backing all these, Reece James, Mason Mount, Rashi. Behind these boys, all of them, every step of the way. Club allegiance is gone. I'm actually going to buy an England shirt, and I'm going to get a Liverpool player or a City player's name on the back to show my allegiance to my country during this tournament. You know, club rivalry aside, I will be blocking everybody over the course of the tournament who puts club rivalry above their country. Not because you're not entitled to it, just because I don't want to see it. I want to get behind my country. Do you know why? Because during the World Cup, I spent that whole World Cup with Adam, with Neeks, with Have Hope, these guys. And do you know what? It was one of the best experiences of my life, and I want it to be the same this year. And a lot of these new shows that we're talking about, we will be covering off of the Euros as well. But listen, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. More content is coming later, regardless of where I am or what I'm doing. It always does. Until then, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. Goodbye. God bless, and I'll see you. Yes, darling? Is it off now? Yeah. Are you a bit wet? Yeah. Do you want to come and say hello? Yeah. Do you want to come and say hello? Hang on. Let me take this off. Be careful. Don't fall in the pool, though. Watch out. You want to come say hello? Yeah. Be very careful. Let me move my chair a bit. All right, come here. All right. You're going to come say hello. Say hello in there.
Hello.
Look at the state of her. Hang on, let me just move this down. Look how wet you are. And say hello. Don't press that button though. You'll turn it off. Say hello.
Hello.
Are you wet?
Yeah.
Are you going to play football with me? We're going to go play football tomorrow.
To be there now and here.
Do you want to play now?
Yeah, there.
Yeah, the football's there. Do you want to go? So we go and play some football?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to say goodbye to everyone. Then we're going to play football. Yeah.
Bye.
Say bye-bye, everyone. Say
Bye.
love you.
Love you.
Do you love Daddy?
Yeah.
Can Daddy have a big kiss?
Yeah.
Mwah. Oh, that's not knocked off. There we go. Right, there we go, people. Listen, thank you all for tuning in. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless. And we'll see you all again very, very